I was in a new city, alone, freshly divorced, lost, and my skin still remembered touch. But my heart didn't know how to trust. Tinder swipes, empty echoes, algorithms selling me the illusion of connection. And then I heard my therapist's voice. Maybe you just need touch. Not sex, just contact. Just the feeling of another human being reminding you that you exist. So I found a massage place. Small, unassuming, paid at the front, laid down under the towel. Her hands strong, the oil warm, her voice a tide pulling me in. She told me about her son, how she worked her bones to dust so he wouldn't have to, how she feared he wouldn't understand the price of a better life. Then she asked about me, and I told her about faith, about rules, about growing up in a house where love had conditions, where touch was feared, not cherished, where my body was a war zone to be locked down, guarded, kept pure. For an hour, we were just two people, two stories, two lives unfolding. And then, as I turned over, she lifted the towel. A pause, a question, 2 words. And before I could think, before I could analyze, before I could calculate the morality of it all, something deeper took over. A person in need, a person offering, a touch freely given, a moment of surrender. I whispered, yes, and it was very good. A man lay beaten, broken, left for dead. A priest walked by, a Levite walked by, the holy ones, the chosen ones, the good guys. But then a Samaritan? The outsider, the enemy, the one with the wrong blood, the wrong history. He was the one who stopped. He saw the man, didn't ask questions, didn't check if he was his kind of person. He simply helped, bandaged his wounds, took him to an inn, paid for his care, and Jesus asked, who was the real neighbor? The answer, obvious. The implications, hard to swallow. Because we love our labels. We love knowing who's good and who's bad, who's worthy and who's not. But Jesus said, maybe your labels are all wrong. I lay there staring at the ceiling, my mind turning over a single thought. What have I done? And then another, that woman is a saint. Not because of the act itself, but because in that moment, she had taken a desert and turned it into an oasis. No courtroom, no chains, just hands that heal. A touch that speaks. You are human. You are here. And you better believe I tipped accordingly. Some people will hear this story and shake their heads. Sin, shame. How could you? But let me ask, who in this story showed me love? The good people? The ones who built a culture where desire was shame, where bodies were battlegrounds, where love had rules and breaking them meant exile? Or the woman who crossed an ocean, worked to the bone for her son, and without judgment, without shame, offered me a moment of kindness? And I heard Jesus whisper, not from a pulpit, not from a book, but in the quiet space where broken things heal. Who was the real neighbor? Was it the good guy or the bad guy? And I heard Jesus say, maybe it's time to change your definition of good and bad.